What do you know about Hades? I know that they're poor and didn't a flood just hit them or something like that? Yeah. Um, that's about all I know. What do you know about their economy? Um, it's not all that great. Um, that's about it. What do you think Haiti's biggest challenge slash problem as a country is? Probably, I don't know. They don't got no money. They don't got no help. They need help. Uh, who do you think is most affected by the challenge slash problem? The children in Hades, mostly. Um, what do you think Haiti should do about the problem? I don't know. There's not much that they can really do about that. I feel like somebody should help them because obviously they need help. So that's about it.
Isn't going to be shared with anybody other than the members of our class. So, Johnny, what do you know about Haiti?
They just got hit by Hurricane Matt, big time, and that's about it.
Do you know, like, the extent of the damage or anything that was
I
happening?
know they speak French there.
Okay. Well, do you know anything about their economy?
I can only assume, and you know what they say about assuming. So I'm just going to go with financial woes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Hey, we need money to live.
Okay. Do you think that that's their biggest issue as a country, or would you say that there's another issue that you would?
I'm not even sure what kind of government that they're rocking down there. So
I can enlighten you on that. They really don't have a nice government structure there, which is why their economy is so poor. And you're right, their financial struggles are really taking a toll, especially after the hurricane and earthquake. So,
is the crazies running the asylum there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who do you think is most affected by this challenge or program?
I would say the population in general, the people who live there and have to go day in and day out, would probably be the most challenged by all of it.
Do you think like maybe the impoverished people would be affected more so than the people that are in the inland? The small percent of people that have jobs there.
I feel like, and again, it's all an assumption, but I feel like everyone's suffering. Even if you have jobs, what could the possible max out rate of pay be versus how much it costs to be able to support a family?
Okay, so if you think that their biggest issue is financial problems, what do you think that they can do about it or should do about it to fix their economy?
I think they need to put some clear leadership in place, and then start to kind of identify what your problems are, and then the best way to fix it. And I think that if that happens, some of those financial things will come into place naturally.
Do you think that anybody other than the Haitians should be involved in this, or do you think that that's solely their responsibility?
Red, white, and blue is always down to help, at least as much as they can. So why not reach out to the old red, white, and blue?
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Well, it's been nice talking to you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to answer these questions.
Thank you.
All right. So what do I know about Haiti? Really didn't know much about Haiti until the 2010 earthquake. That was really the first time that I've ever even thought about Haiti, heard anything about the country itself. So basically it was just how massive and destructive the earthquake in 2010 was. What do I know about their economy? I also don't know much about their economy, but there was a lot of drives in 2010 to donate money and send relief and aid to Haiti following the earthquake. I would assume that the economy, the infrastructure, and everything down there is not very stable because it was such a crisis and so many people had died. What do you think Haiti's biggest problem is as a country? I would say their infrastructure and their education. they weren't able to rebound from such a devastating natural disaster like a more developed country would be able to. So I would say the economy and the infrastructure and their education. Most affected by those problems would definitely be the youth, because that's the next generation to help make change. If the infrastructure to support an education system and the infrastructure to build on the economy isn't there, then the next generation's gonna be dealing with the same exact problems that they're dealing with right now. What do you think Haiti should do about the problem? I really don't have a good answer for that. It seems like it's been decades and decades of problems, and the infrastructure is so bad there right now, after the hurricane and not being, or the earthquake, and not being able to rebuild and rebound 6 years later. To me, I don't know what the right answer would be. It sounds like there's a lot of corruption, and a lot of steps that need to be taken. So I don't have the answer for what should be done for the problem. Thanks.
I'm here with Molly today, and I'm going to ask her a few questions about Haiti. I did change her name for confidentiality reasons. She's over the age of 18, and she understands that this video is just for class purposes, and that is it. So, Molly, what do you know about Haiti?
Haiti is a country south of Kentucky.
Yes. Do you know about their economy or like any specifics about the country?
Really, they just got hit by a hurricane.
Right, which was very devastating and very sad. What do you, like, if you had to think of a problem, what do you think their biggest issue might be in that country?
Maybe medical care?
Okay. Do you think that that affects one certain population or kind of maybe just the whole country?
Probably the whole country, but more poor people.
Right. Do you think, or I'm sorry, what do you think they should do about that or could do about that issue of healthcare?
I don't really know enough about the country to make a choice on that, but maybe some sort of Doctors Without Borders or something.
Okay. And do you think that anybody outside of the country should be involved in the recovery process, or just just their country?
Well, I mean, if they got struck by a hurricane and their infrastructure is destroyed, they would need outside help.
Right.
So I would say outside help.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I think that's great. So, awesome, thank you.
What do you know about Haiti? Well, I know from a little girl about missionaries coming and speak at my church about Haiti, that it was a very poor country. I don't think things have changed a whole lot since then. They just got hit by the hurricane. Question number 2, what do you know about their economy? A very poor, one of the poorest economies around. A lot of farmers live there. 3, what do you think Haiti's biggest challenge or problem as a country is? Probably with the lack of education, so people cannot get a better job. And what do you think is what is most affected by that challenge or problem? Well, I think it's cross-generational, from the children up through, I don't even think the average age of lifespan is very long because of the health issues, lack of nutrition, and so the biggest challenge, I guess, is now to start with this youngest generation, to start training them and teaching them, and to be able to care for themselves, their facilities that they live in, their homes. We just watched this with a hurricane. They cannot even sustain through the hurricane. And so the last question is, so how do I think Haiti can overcome these problems? Well, I think there's several solutions that I feel. One is through education. Education is wealth, and not just the wealth of knowledge, but learning how to better build the facilities that they have, better jobs. There's a lot of diseases. It's stricken with a lot of AIDS, and teaching whatever it is to prevent that, and just general health to most of the Haitians. But as a Christian, they need Jesus Christ. I know a lot of witchcraft and stuff like that, and they need Christians coming there to educate them, to mentor them, to have churches there for discipleship, and not only discipleship through the Bible, but through financial ways, education, health care, hygiene, and then of course, as hopefully these younger generations can better themselves to better their country, and not knowing a lot about what their political system is, I can't really say on that, but